So hello everyone, welcome to the course of Bootstrap in which we'll be learning Bootstrap from scratch, and it is a beginner friendly course, so you don't have to worry about Bootstrap if you don't know that. So let's understand what is Bootstrap. So what is actually Bootstrap? So Bootstrap is the most popular HTML, CSS and JavaScript framework for creating responsive mobile first websites. And what does that mean? Actually, Bootstrap is a collection of you can say components which we can use in our HTML pages, and we can make use of them. For example, if you want to create or style a button, you would probably write a CSS file and code that. But in Bootstrap, you don't have to actually do this. You just call some classes and then the styling is actually applied. Also, Bootstrap has some pre-built components which you can use, and for example, if you want to create a model, then that is created for you. If you want to create a popover and every other thing which we gonna learn in this course, so all these things are pretty good in development, and that is very good when you want to build modern websites. So all those components such as navbar, footer, everything is being created and constantly being created in Bootstrap, and we can easily use that. So Bootstrap is a very good framework which you can use in modern website development, and it has some classes which we use for creating our components or styling our components. Bootstrap includes HTML and CSS based design templates for typography, forms, buttons, tables, navigation, models, image carousels, and many other, as well as optional JavaScript plugins. So all these things are included in Bootstrap. You don't have to code from scratch. So if you want to create a form or a basic form design, then that is already created in Bootstrap, so you can easily use that. So actually, Bootstrap will be a very helpful framework if you learn this. Bootstrap also gives you the ability to create responsive designs. What does that mean? Actually, responsive designs are those designs which can adjust themselves on the smaller screen as well. For example, if you created your website for web or for laptop or for desktop, so that should also be fit inside the smaller devices such as mobile or tablets, because that is a good website if you can adjust the styling according to the screen. So that's why it is very essential. So you can do all those things with Bootstrap. You can create responsive designs for smaller screens in Bootstrap. So I already gave you an example that what is a responsive design. Also, it is giving you the definition. Responsive web design is about creating websites which automatically adjust themselves to look good on all devices, from small phones to large desktops. So obviously, you can create responsive designs in Bootstrap, and that's why we use Bootstrap actually. So that is a major benefit Bootstrap provides to us. So we can easily create responsive designs and components or the pages with Bootstrap. So what are some Bootstrap versions? So the latest one is the Bootstrap 5, which was released in 2021. It is the latest version, and the Bootstrap first version was released in 2013 with new components, faster style sheet, and more responsiveness. In Bootstrap 5, we have all those things which I mentioned. New components are there, which was not present in earlier ones. And the faster style sheet is there and more responsiveness effect is there. Bootstrap 5 supports the latest stable releases of all major browsers and platforms. However, Internet Explorer 11 and down is not supported. So basically, Internet Explorer is not supported in Bootstrap 5, but in the lesser version, it is supported. So you can consider learning the downgraded version as well, but we'll be talking about the Bootstrap 5th version because it is the latest one, and you don't have to worry about the changes because the changes are very minor. So all those things are very minor in all the versions. So some of the new things are added in the upper versions only. So the previous things will work actually, but some of the things are changed only. The main difference between Bootstrap 5 and Bootstrap 3 and 4 is that Bootstrap 5 has switched to vanilla JavaScript instead of jQuery. So basically, Bootstrap 3 and 4 were using jQuery in their plugins or in their JavaScript plugins wherever they were using JavaScript. So instead of making it dynamic with JavaScript, they were using jQuery, which was a JavaScript framework which was very famous in the past, and now they have switched to vanilla JavaScript, so you can easily change it or change the plugin stylings or the dynamic effects if you know JavaScript well in Bootstrap 5. So this is the Bootstrap versions. And why should we use actually Bootstrap? What is the benefit of using it? So actually there are many benefits of using Bootstrap because in the modern day we need them. So let's see what are those. So the first benefit of using Bootstrap is that it is easy to use. Anybody with just basic knowledge of HTML and CSS can start using Bootstrap. And if you know JavaScript, then that will be a cherry on the cake because you can also configure the styling or the effects which are already built in Bootstrap. So basically, if you know HTML, CSS, then you will be understanding all those things, whatever we are going to learn in this course. So Bootstrap is easy to learn. That's first advantage of Bootstrap. The other advantage of Bootstrap is the responsive features it provides. Bootstrap's responsive CSS adjusts to phones, tablets, and desktops. So we learn how that works, and that will be a very good thing you should learn because modern websites require responsive features. So we should consider learning this Bootstrap. Mobile first approach. In Bootstrap, mobile first styles are part of the core framework, which means Bootstrap uses mobile first styles, means it will use the styling for mobile and then it will go for the upper screens. That is the basic behavior in Bootstrap. So that's why we should try learning this Bootstrap. Browser compatibility. Bootstrap is supported in many browsers, almost all the browsers supports this. And instead of the Internet Explorer, if we leave that out, then Bootstrap 5 will work in all the major browsers, which are Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Safari, and Opera. And if you want to add Bootstrap to the IE 11 or the downgraded versions like the Internet Explorer 9 or 10, then you should add Bootstrap 4 instead of 5. But that will work in that as well. Like if you want to create like if you learn Bootstrap 5, then the knowledge will not be wasted because Bootstrap 4 and Bootstrap 3 is not very much different. It has some common features available, so you just need to understand what classes are changed or what are the changes made to them. How does Bootstrap code looks like? So the Bootstrap code looks like this. You can see that there is a button, then there is a class, and then there is some class called btn, then there is one more class which is btn primary, and then there is the third class which is margin 5 or m-5. So what all these classes are doing, they are actually styling a button. We don't have to style by ourselves, we don't have to write the code, we just call the classes and then that is applied to that button. So if you see the button after calling these classes, then it will look like this. So you can see that it has a rounded corners, it has background blue color, text white color, font family, and the margin. So all those things are there, but we didn't code that with CSS. Actually, it is provided to us by Bootstrap. So that is the benefit of using Bootstrap, and our a lot of time is now reduced. We can develop application faster by calling classes if we know the Bootstrap versions. So how can we start using Bootstrap? That's a question. So we can use a CDN, which is a content delivery network. It is kind of a link you can consider. which we add in a link tag under head element. So inside the head element, we actually use the link tag, which we use for external JavaScript as well, external CSS files as well. For external CSS files, we had some CDNs. We actually include them inside a head element, and then we'll be able to use all those classes which are there for Bootstrap, and then we'll be calling all those classes and the styles will be applied. There is other way as well. The other way is you can download the framework locally and use it and include in your project. That is the way, but I think that's a very like long process to do, because the size will be increased, the project size will be increased, and if it is not easier to implement rather than adding a link. Like if we add a link, that will be easier, and if we add a down if we download the framework and then add that, that will be a bit more difficult. So we generally add a CDN link, which is a lightweight link, and we don't have to download the large framework for just adding the style for of Bootstrap. We'll be actually doing the practical thing in the next video, like how we can add Bootstrap actually in our HTML file. So you will get the idea how that works. So let's do that thing in the next video. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in the another one.